Now for today's video, I wanted to buff up a tower. We haven't got boosted a tower in a while, and this is going to be basically the closest that we can get to it. So today's tower is going to be the Ultra Juggernaut. Now I chose this map. Everything that you guys see is basically chosen with a specific reason, and all these towers, and we're going to try and see how good is the Ultra Juggernaut. Now this is one of those towers in BT6 that people don't exactly care about, and for, I would say, kind of good reason, because the tower is not exactly strong on its own. But when you give it the proper conditions, when this tower can, well, basically you guys know that this tower needs obstacles, and it needs line of sight being blocked, and it needs like maybe even the edge of the map for it to work. And when you provide all those conditions, this is probably one of the most cost-effective towers in the game. So today we're going to do exactly that. We're going to try and see how strong is the god boosted Ultra Juggernaut. So first off, this tower, let me just read you guys some next here, because this is quite a complicated tower if you haven't read about it. Let me just speed up the game for a second. Now let's just see how we do. I'm kind of scared because these towers are not exactly, I brought a doors, you can see through obstacles. We have the level 3 ability, but then it's not the most reliable thing, and you guys can kind of see why this tower is not loved, because I've just spent so much money and this thing is not exactly going to defend. Like, thankfully we have a door. So first off, this tower, well, let me just read you guys an excerpt from the wiki. It says the damage dealt to regular balloons is increased to 5, so it means basically it's 5 damage as opposed to the Juggernaut, the tier 4. It's plus 8 for ceramics, which means it's going to do well versus the ceramics. It's plus 5 for 45, so it's going to do well versus the 45 ceramics and the 45 balloons in general. And then plus 20 for lead. This is, are we using an ability here? I think I'm gonna, nah, let's just save the ability for a second, and let's see if we can afford the Juggernaut. I think we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so let's buy camo on this guy here at the back. We're gonna have to solve the camo problem, I guess, a little bit later, but is this gonna be fine, like a 0-0? Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's just for this round. We're gonna buy other stuff later on. Let me get the Juggernaut now. And it says the 6 smaller spike balls that emerge deal 2 damage to balloons, plus 2 damage to ceramics, and plus 2 damage to 45 balloons, for a potential total of plus 5 against 45 ceramics, with 50 pierce each. So basically this means, it says that it's equal to those from the normal Juggernaut with no knockback, and what this means is that basically whenever the big projectile hits and it starts splitting into the smaller Juggernaut balls, those small balls are basically equivalent as the Ultra Juggernaut, as the normal Juggernaut, sorry, the one that we have now. So it's a kind of a complicated tower. You don't want to go deeper into these numbers, but the idea behind this tower is very clear. You need these balls to be bouncing off of walls and off of basically any kind of obstacle that you can find in order for them to be effective. So that is exactly what we're trying to do today. And let me, you know what, let me solve my camo problem actually. Let's have the village over here, I think. Let's just solve the camo first. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have the village over here so it affects the door as well. Oh, well, you know what? I am not sure if this is going to work out. I'm not sure we're going to have the money. We are... No, we're not going to have the money, $200. Okay, so it's this guy again. This guy's going to be the savior for the entire game. I'm going to get him to 0-2-3 because now it looks like he's going to be defending, I guess, the camo greens on 33. So let's have it like this, and let's see if this is going to be enough. I think it is, but his spot is kind of weird, honestly. Okay, so what else are we getting this guy? Adora is doing a little bit of the damage, but when these balls start bouncing around, I feel like, yeah, the majority of the damage is now going to get dealt by this guy. We kind of recently upgraded him. Let's check the pops on him. So it's 6k on Adora, it's 3.6 on him, but yeah, he's going to start ramping up really quickly. So it's round 39, and I'm not sure if we want to all in this on the mob. But by the way, playing on a regular chimps mode, this isn't the challenge, so the stakes are a little bit harder than usual. Let me upgrade this thing. Do we have money? Yes, we do. Okay. So it's $20 left over. We have Adora's ability, but let's see how good a buffed Juggernaut is going to be. It's going to demolish the ceramics, so we just need this thing to pop. It's not popping on time, but look at those. Oh my god. What were those bounces? That was insane. So basically popped all the ceramics inside of the second crater, and the tower isn't even there. Okay, so we're starting to see the benefits from this tower, guys. I'm really happy that this thing is going to, I think it's going to work out. I think this is one of those perfect maps for this tower. Now, the next map that comes to mind that's amazing for this tower, I think, is Hedge. And then maybe some other ones that you guys can remember, but that's the first one because I think Hedge is one of those maps that's been in the game for so long, and it's like that's the map that I associate with this tower. But this is an amazing one as well. I mean, these, especially when we get the Ultra Juggernaut, these balls are gonna clear out the inside. So they're doing amazing now, but it's like it's only rainbows. We're gonna start seeing some ceramics for 46 and 47, so we should watch out for those rounds. It's got an alchemist to it, and is it supposed to be dealing with ceramics and 45 ceramics in general? I'm not sure, but I think the map is going to play a huge role in this one. So let's see how it does versus 45-1. Oh yeah, look at that. And there's a little bit of a knockback if you guys didn't know. Look at that. It's completely demolishing them. Let's see if 47 is going to have a bunch of them as well. I mean, it's kind of missing. You guys see this? So these projectiles are bouncing off of the wall. Look at this guy. No, they're there. Don't shoot there. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that in a second. So we're gonna give him a little bit of, oh. Okay, so it's pink balloons that are actually the problem, because they're a little bit faster than usual, I guess. So this guy is going to need a little bit of range, so we can do that through the primary mentoring. And then what else? I think that's about it. So I just need him to see here on the inside so that he doesn't attack here. And let's see how he does versus 49. So a bunch of ceramics on this one. I'm trying to save money. We have about 10. Well, it's going to be close to 11k now. And I'm trying to save money for the Ultra Juggernaut. I don't want to buy anything else so far. So let's see how he does versus these guys. I'm not going to click any of Adora's abilities, but oh yeah, look at those bounces. And it's like only one bounce seems to be enough. Although, did I jinx it? No, I didn't. No, look at those bounces. Come on, guys. That's so good. So a bunch of ceramics and we should be able... Yeah, there we go. We have the money. So there's another mob incoming. Let's see how fast it's going to demolish this thing. Oh yeah, that wasn't even close. So we got the melee crossback because we need attack speed. And let's give it the primary mentoring. This is going to give it a little bit of extra range. That's about it. No other benefits for this tower. When the Bloons come in here, when they enter the crater, hopefully it's going to attack the inside of the crater instead of doing this and basically attacking the bottom part of the map. Although these balls, whenever they bounce off of, as you guys can see here, whenever they bounce off of the edge of the map, they still break. So that's an interesting mechanic. I think the fact that these projectiles bounce off of the edge of the map is kind of a way to make this tower relevant on these basically unoptimal maps. But ideally, you don't want to be buying it in those maps. Like take Monkey Meadow, for example. Like, imagine you buy an Ultra Juggernaut and you place it in the best spot on Monkey Meadow. Like, you place it in the middle. Is that how we're going to do nearly as well on this map, which is an even more difficult map? I don't think so. It's probably not. Okay, so Tron 60, and we need to start getting ready for a little bit more buffs. And I kind of wanted to see how he's going to do versus the BFB, because this is a little bit more challenging. But it is... Yeah, there goes the BFB guy. There goes the BFV. We're going to have 45 mobs on 62, so I want to see how it does versus those guys as well, although I expect it's going to be very easy. So those guys have a little bit less HP than the BFB, but they're faster, so that's kind of where the difficulty comes from. So I think the next one is going to be a 45-1. Yeah, there it goes. And how does it do? Well, it doesn't actually care, because it's got extra damage versus 45 Bloons. And 63. 63 is one of those rounds that, yeah, oh my god, these guys are not even making it to the inside of the crater, I think. Let's watch the second wave. It's gonna be so fast. You blink and you miss it, I think. Let's watch. Oh yeah, there it goes. That was an entire ceramic wave. That's actually crazy how good this tower is. This is probably one of the best returns that you can get on your investment if you pick the right map. Like, this is such a cheap tower. Let me just look at the cost for a second. 16. This is like, it's like 2,000 for the tier 4. It's like, let's say this is 18,000, and if we say all of the rest of the upgrades, including the base Dark Monkey, is like $1,000, let's just round it up to $20,000 just to be safe. Like, that is even cheaper than Attack Zone. Like, this thing is even cheaper than Attack Zone, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna demolish. So we're gonna have to see what happens in the later rounds. Where is the foam going? Look at this thing. That's a very interesting interaction. Wait, is this a bug? Let me try and target it here. Is it gonna fix it? No, it's not. Oh, what is happening? Okay, so that's the track. Maybe if I target it here. Okay, here it goes. So if you target it on the track, it's just the fumes that you see. You don't see the actual foam. That's an interesting one. Okay, so to be fair, we still haven't entered free play, but this tower is doing very well. Why is this thing $20,000? When you hit the map with this tower, I think that this should be worth a lot more. This is going to be the first overclock, by the way, because I'm a little bit scared for 75. But this just increased. Oh, wow, look at those balls go. Oh, this is gonna be so cool when all of these, when these more difficult rounds start rolling in. It's gonna be balls bouncing everywhere. I think it's gonna be amazing. You know what? Maybe we should try and get the Ultra Boost. Actually, are we going for it? Because it's like we're at. Let me just overclock this thing. So we are at 30,000. So we're missing a lot of money. Okay, I'm not sure if this is happening because we're gonna need to buy a bunch of other stuff. So I was thinking of getting something like the Moab glue, maybe even the Relentless glue. I wanted to give it a little bit of extra damage through the glue storm. But you know what? Are we going for the Ultra Boost? I don't know. Let's see how it does versus the Super Ceramics in just a couple of rounds. It's completely demolishing everything, guys. Okay, so I think this is going to be the first actual challenge for this tower because the ZOMGs actually do have a decent amount of HP. So let's see how it does. So it's attacking. It's inside the crater now. And let's see how long it's going to take for it to pop it. I mean, it's taking a little while, I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, as soon as, oh my god, as soon as the UMG layer popped, everything else was completely evaporated. Okay, so Super Ceramics and basically free play. So I think we're gonna have to start overclocking this thing a lot more than usual just to kind of deal with these rounds. But it is not looking like it cares. It's doing such an enormous amount of work for the money that is spent for it. It kind of feels surreal, honestly, because all of these balloons, they were getting popped even before they enter the crater. Like, I know it's going to be strong inside of the crater, but they were getting popped at the edge of the map. Am I underusing this tower in general? I don't know. I feel like this is just such a good investment for $20,000. Can you guys name me a $20,000 tower that does this amount of work with only these two buffs? I don't know. Maybe the closest one that I'm coming to is probably the Tag Zone. But other than that, I mean, what's a $20,000 that does this amount of work? Like, maybe a Dark Knight comes close when you overclock it, when you give it an out buff. Actually, maybe I can think of a couple. Maybe the Plasma Accelerator is up there as well, but it's definitely a handful of towers that can match this power. Okay, so we have 64, and you know what? We are going for the Ultra Boost. So let's 10 times buff it. It's gonna get crazy, guys. Okay, so 87 40 MGs this time. Now, the risk that we have, and that this tower has in general, is overloading its Pierce, because it's got 200 Pierce. And you might think that's a decent amount of Pierce, but I'm not so sure, especially for these later rounds. So we dealt with the 40 MGs. That was kind of easy, honestly. But it's 73,000, so we're getting near the Ultra Boost. And I think we should have it on the next round, actually. So let me just do this. We should actually keep paying attention to how many times we're overclocking this and Ultra Boosting it, because you can only do it 3 times per round. So we need to get going as soon as we get it. So if I get it in this round, I'm just gonna spam click it. I'm not even gonna use it now, just because I want to have it off cooldown. So let's. Oh wait, we don't have the money. It's 77.760 and it's DDTs. Okay, so it's got plus 20 damage to lead balloons. How much time is it gonna need to demolish the DDTs? Okay, we might have a little bit of a problem with DDTs. Yeah, those guys made it to the second crater. Has this thing finally found its match? I don't think so, honestly. Let's buy the Ultra Boost and let's get ready for the Art Towers, because this guy has no support, keep in mind. So let me buy the Ultra Boost and let's... Bam, that's gonna be 1 stack. Can we get it to 10 stacks before the game ends? I hope so. Let's get the mob glue like this. So I want to have it so that it doesn't... It's not close to the Alchemist, so the Alch is only buffing the Ultra Juggernaut, but I also want to have it inside the range of the village, so have it like that. More DDTs incoming. Okay, so now we have the Ultra Boost, plus we have the Moab Glue, so I think this should be a little bit easier than last time, actually, even though there's more DDTs incoming. So let's see how we do now. Oh yeah, that's so much better. That's actually crazy. So just a little bit of a slow in attack speed to this guy, and it's game over, it looks like. You know what I want to do? I'm probably going to get the Relentless, so let's get the Relentless. Where's this guy to first, I guess? And then what else are we doing? I think I want to get this thing, the Bloons Sabo, just for rounds like 95 and 99. Although, you know what? I'm going to be patient with this. I'm just going to buy just so we have it, but I'm not going to be using it. And then what else do we want to buy? You know what I was thinking? I wanted to buy a tower that probably everyone forgot about, but let's just chill. Let's just not buy for now, at least. I wanted to buy this thing, the Unstable Concoction. So if you guys know what this tower does, it creates an explosion, so it affects only Moab class balloons, and when they pop, they explode and they damage everything around them. And I just thought it was gonna be very cool if we have something like an Unstable Concoction and these balls are basically creating chaos in the middle. I thought that would be funny, but let's just see what the raw power of this tower is. So it's this guy versus a bunch of deities. Is he? Yeah, he's okay. So he's ultra boosted. He's 5x currently, and it's looking like he doesn't even care about these deities. It's around 95, but yeah, they do a lot of loops inside of this crater, to be fair. So these are around 96 ZMGs. Not the strongest ones yet. We do have the Sabo, and am I using the Sabo? You know what? Now let's wait. Let's hold off for a second. Yeah, look at those explosions. Oh my god. No, that's insane. This tower is just next level, guys. So how many stacks do we have on it? We have 7 stacks. This is probably the best $20,000 that you've spent. I mean, to be fair, it's getting 10x ultra boosted, but come on. Even if we didn't have this ultra boost, even if it was only an overclock, this would have pretty much been the same result. And I haven't even used the Sabo yet, I think. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the most difficult round to beat E6. Widely regarded, I would say, is the most difficult round to beat E6 just because it has the most amount of RB. So let's ultra boost. That's 9 stacks. I will take that. I would have liked to have 10 by this point, but I will absolutely take 9. And let's not click the Sabo. So let's see how this thing is gonna do versus these UMGs. Yeah, it's destroying them, guys. So this is one of those rounds where the Pierce might get overloaded unless it starts popping these balloons, and I feel like they're gonna do just so many loops inside that nothing's gonna be able to make it past. So if it was only one loop and they go out, then we might have had a little bit of trouble, but that was round 98 that this thing completely evaporated by itself. This is a $20,000 tower, guys. I mean, can you believe it? I kind of can, honestly. With IDTs, does it care? No, it doesn't. But next round is gonna be the final challenge for this thing, so I'm actually scared about this one. Out of all of these rounds, we kind of saw how powerful this thing is, but is it gonna be able to beat a bat? A 10 times ultra boosted? Oh my god. You know what I should do? I should do this. I should do the glue storm, and let's have both of these abilities. So both the ultra boost and the glue storm are off cooldown, so let's use this. It doesn't see it. Let's use this thing now. Oh yeah, that is not a lot of damage, guys. We might have met our first match. Yeah, so this tower absolutely lacks single target damage, and this is the problem that it has. So it's basically gonna clean everything up that doesn't have a lot of HP. But when these bats start coming out, oh yeah, this is not even close. Okay, so the Ultra Juggernaut finally met its match. I mean, we did almost everything that we could. So we gave it an Alchemist, we gave it the Village, we gave it the Ultra Boost, and I think we're just buying Spike Storms at this point. So let me do it like this. Can we afford 2 of these guys? And I think this is the way that we're supposed to be doing it. I'm gonna even get an Alchemist here like this, and that should be... is the door actually gonna be the savior of this run? Do we use the door's ability? Okay, so let's get both of these. Let me use the Ball of Light, let me use doors level 3, and let's use both of these guys, and that should do a decent amount of damage. I'm gonna ultra boost this guy, and maybe we get 2 abilities off. I think I want to get the white hot spikes on at least one of them, and yeah, we're absolutely gonna need a little bit of extra damage. So let's wait for the Ball of Light, use that, slow everything down, and you know what, I think this is gonna be the Adora show, guys. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the Adora show. So here's what I'm gonna do. The Ultra Boost is ready, Adora is level 16, and the Ball of Light is on cooldown. So I'm gonna sacrifice the Ultra Juggernaut. We're gonna get Adora to level, oh, that's level 18. I'm gonna buff her up. Get the Spike Storms going. Sacrifice another one. And there it is. That was such a clutch with Adora getting the blood sacrifice buffs to get rid of the Ultra Juggernaut. And you might ask, where did the Ultra Juggernaut go? Well, he sacrificed himself, guys, for the greater good, for us winning. And it turns out that in the end, the Ultra Juggernaut was actually the MVP, because he was the most expensive tower that we had. Oh no, actually, this was the most expensive tower, but he was one of the more expensive, because we needed the Ultra Boost, and he sacrificed himself for us to get the win. Now that is a true tower, and that even further proves that this thing is just such a good tower. But that was a very fun one. This tower is $20,000, and you know, if you play well, it's just gonna do insane amounts of damage. That was super fun, especially the ending. I didn't expect it to end like this. I honestly thought that we might be able to deal with this differently. But that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.